Check. Mic check. 1, 2.
Yo, is this thing on or what?
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Platform Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Dex. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you go hit that subscribe button. Leave some comments. Let us know if you have any questions for the guest. Let me know who you want to see on these next couple shows. If you're listening to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us that 5-star review. And today, we're going to be sitting down with a Milwaukee DJ, guy that I've known for many, many years now. Somebody that's DJing all over the city here, playing from Milwaukee to Chicago to internationally as well too now. And an upcoming artist now too, getting into a couple things more musically outside of DJing. We're sitting down with BG Good. BG, how's it going, man?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Welcome. Thank you for stopping in here, brothers, letting us.
It's the Brothers Takeover. Like this is like the perfect fit for it. Come on, look at the giant Milwaukee sign.
It's awesome, man.
Where else would we be recording this?
It's a perfect spot for this. I'm glad that Gavin was able to kind of let us take over this for the week.
Hell yeah, me too.
Sit down with a couple of guys that I haven't seen a little bit. I've seen you more recently than some of the other guys because you were just out in Nashville.
Yep.
Yeah. How's everything been, man? Everything's been good?
Everything's been good, man. Busy, just just always on edge, just figuring out the next moves and stuff like that. You know how it is. So, but it's been good. Can't complain. We're recording this right before New Year's, so we're obviously getting ready for all the fun New Year's programming and stuff like that. So yeah, man, can't complain.
Yeah, we're going to get into a couple things for you. Obviously, like I just touched on, you getting into a little bit more of the artist realm of things, putting some new songs out, like you just had Cold Outside just released.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Obviously, the DJing aspect of things you've always been into. You do have your own event company, too, that would kind of want to separate yourself from like a DJ and then from your event company, too. So we can kind of talk about how you navigate that to put more of the promo on yourself as a DJ and now as an artist. And then some of these goals that you have coming up to 2024 of what you're looking to do. And we can kind of dive right into it.
Let's jump into it. I'm excited. Let's do it.
So for you, I mean, let the viewers know, let the listeners know of just a little bit of background for you, how long you've been in the industry, how long you've been DJing, and then how long you've been here in Milwaukee.
Yeah. So, I've been in the industry. So the industry now, I believe, I want to say 6 years, maybe almost 7, which is actually crazy to think about. Because wow, like time flies. But yeah, that's where I started. I kind of started like the traditional college party route. Had zero intentions of being a DJ at all. Did it completely for fun, and then like one thing led to another, and here I am today. So yeah, I don't know. Come from like a Russian Jewish Russian family, like immigrant family background. So I took like a way unorthodox route. So it's been fun. It's been successful, and learning a whole bunch and every single day. So can't complain. That's basically the little elevator pitch there.
Yeah. I mean, you've been out playing everywhere in Milwaukee, from Gillies to Trinity, Harp, all the main hot
fun
spots.
Yeah.
RWB everywhere. Now, like you said, we're right before the New Year's here. I was just kind of asking you before. I'm like, oh, where are you playing at New Year's?
Yeah.
You're actually gonna be out in Mexico.
Yeah, out in Mexico for New Year's Eve, which is going to be super cool. I just figured let's rip off the Band-Aid and do something different for New Year's, So, yeah, flying out tomorrow morning, so I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah.
For a little New Year's Eve stretch, so
where are you playing
different. I'm playing at a resort called Breathless.
Okay.
It's like just one of the big resorts out there, right off of the Hotel Zone Strip. Yeah. So I'm going to be out there just doing a set for the New Year's Eve ball drop, and then we kind of turned it just into a vacation, really, and so we'll be networking, chilling, partying, relaxing, the whole thing. So
hell yeah. Is that where you've played at before already, or no?
Yep. So I've played there before.
Okay.
Yeah, I played there once before last year, and then they invited me back for New Year's Eve
like
a while ago. So I was letting it marinate for a little bit, weighing pros and cons. But I feel like me and my guys were like, all right, we should probably do it. Change it up. Like, I'm young, I don't really have any responsibilities. I kind of want to take the risk and do something different for New Year's. So I'm excited about it. It's gonna be a good time.
You single now too?
Yep, single. Yeah,
okay.
No pets, no responsibilities really. So I just DJ all day and meet people and stuff like that. So yeah,
that's a perfect time.
What better time to go, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, you hear your parents like growing up. They're always like, "Oh, you're young. Go travel. Go do this while you're young."
Yep.
Like, you got nothing else holding you back. I mean, this is the perfect time to do it. And then obviously, You're able to network. You never know who you're going to meet
Exactly, man.
at these places.
I've already been flooding everyone's DMs and trying to meet every promoter and DJ I can out there. And that's what it's about for me. Like anytime I travel to a new city or market, I always like have to like do my best to try to figure out their industry and their scene and who to talk to and who to meet, because you'll never know really what doors could open for you.
No, I definitely agree with that. You got to treat it as a business trip.
Yeah, it is a business trip.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, literally. 100%.
Being able to kind of network, pick other people's brains, especially playing somewhere that's going to be completely different. Trying to get the vibe for like, hey, what's being played out here? You're going to pick up on some new music too, I'm sure. See some new different styles, and then obviously meet a bunch of different new people.
Exactly. So yeah, man, I'm excited about it. It's going to be sick. So
yeah. What about coming back from New Year's? What do you have lined up here for 2024?
Man, so for 2024, a lot more, like my goal for 24 is to kind of really smash the gas on the artist side of things. So attempt to pull back from the traditional bar club stuff and go more into my own events, ticketed events, concert style stuff, themed parties, ticketed stuff like that, like where we have our own programming and we handle like all the planning from like top to bottom. So I guess kind of in the promoter realm almost, but the big thing is just like travel and like music, really. And those are the big two for 2024 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as like the events go, I mean, for you, are you still going to be wanting to DJ, or then how are you going to do this as
So the whole thing is I'm absolutely going to still want to be DJing. It's just we're going to be creating our own experiences around me and my DJ sets and my team per se. Versus, just a pop-up set at a bar here and there, even if it's locally or not locally, we are trying to really like create experiences and our own events around me and my guys as DJs. Yeah,
as opposed to just, hey, this bar is doing this Thursday night.
Which is cool too. Like I'm not like completely going to step back from it, because like there's so many spots that I love playing at, and there's still so much value in playing places like that. It's how I came up. It's how I learned everything I knew and stuff like that. And I still learn a whole bunch doing that week for week. But it's new, so it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, and I'm excited to feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like, because I just don't want to be stuck in like a funk here. You know what I mean? You got to like just like be uncomfortable to grow and kind of like learn and experience new things.
I mean, I feel like that's been something that you've been doing kind of your whole career as a DJ. I feel like you haven't necessarily been a guy that's like just been a DJ. You've always had your hands in as far as how the promotion is going to go, putting stuff out there content wise. You've always been one of the DJs that I've appreciated from that standpoint, where you go all in on that kind of stuff. You do more than quote unquote just the DJing aspect of it.
Yeah, man. I'm like super passionate, and to me, I value promo and branding just as much as I value DJing and performing. Because, I don't know. It's just I've always wanted to think outside the box in that area. When it comes to events, even if it's just any other gig. I think that people notice it, people will catch on and appreciate it kind of, and you'll be a little bit more sought after if you do go that route. You know what I mean? And the challenge is kind of like spreading your wings per se and grabbing attention of people outside of your home market. Everybody knows, like, your home market, you got guys who are good promoters, you got guys who are killer DJs or really good producers or something like that. But I feel like the challenge like going into like the new year is going to be kind of spreading the wings and getting that attention on a more national level. You know what I mean? And see, where that can go, and that's part of the reason why I'm putting out like original music too. Cause that's like another kind of boss to unlock in the whole puzzle of being a DJ and making money and stuff like that.
So your first original song, Cold Outside, you just dropped it, what, a month ago
That dropped in October, and I just dropped another one called Heaven.
Okay.
So two are officially out, and then I have some collabs with a couple different artists in different cities coming out as well in January. So by the time this podcast is out, it should be out or coming out soon. So that's exciting. And then with that comes like some cool travel opportunities. So I'll be out in Panama City Beach is one of the plans for spring break.
Nice.
And hopefully doing something in the South with some frat parties and shit like that. Just throwing some cool frat parties, ticketed events, things like that in like the southern area.
Yeah.
That's something I'm working on that I'm really excited about. These days, it's so goddamn important to just always think about how it's going to benefit your platform and your brand. I have buddies who have done raffle campaigns and went viral, and now they have like 50,000 followers and are touring and shit.
Yeah.
So you'll never know what you could get from that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's very like, I try to be really intentional with like my moves, you know, like it's kind of like a game show. You have to have a good social game. You have to like be very intentional with who you're bringing in and who you're booking and how it can help you and how you can help them and how it can look for you in the long term and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, how you market and network yourself, I feel like has always been very calculated.
Yep.
You kind of know what you're going to do as far as rolling out these events, whether they're an event at a venue or something that you're putting out like a song for yourself, and staying on top of stuff social media wise, and whether it's TikTok or Instagram, you're always having videographers bringing merch out. Like you're obviously wearing the hat right now.
Yep.
Got to be branding and staying on top of the merch.
Yeah, man, it's so important, you know?
And then as far as music, you said you got new stuff coming out.
Hopefully by the time this podcast is out, I should have my collab song with my guy Chandler, who's an artist out of Panama City Beach.
Okay.
So
how do you link up with these guys?
Man, it's all just, a lot of times it's just shit that will just fall in your lap. Buddies will be out there partying. I connected with this guy because I had a buddy who was out there partying.
Yeah.
And he met this Chandler guy's manager. And then he's like, hey, I got a buddy in Milwaukee, good DJ, you know, he's really hungry. He really wants to, you know, travel or whatever, get out of the city, collab or whatever. And that's it. One thing led to another. We had a couple meetings, and then we did the song together, and we're going to roll it out and hopefully lock some cool travel shows, maybe some festivals and stuff like that, you know, or maybe nothing will come with it and for another 5 years, but at least I'm trying, you know what I mean? So,
I mean, right now you're just putting everything out as an independent and just
completely independent. Yeah. Like, well, I have my manager helps me. That's a new journey I'm on right now too. I have like a manager now
for the first,
it's like it sounds still weird for me saying it out loud, but like, we're very, I don't even know the right word. Like we're cool. It's not like a Hollywood thing. Like, we work really closely together. And
how'd you find the manager? Is it someone like from Milwaukee?
He's one of my closest friends. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. His name's Cam. And we just honestly started working on events together. And then all of a sudden we're like, maybe we should try to blow up and we should work with each other. And so whatever. So yeah, we partner on events together. We co-promote events. And like a lot of my events, he just co-promotes them with me, and you know, through his platform and stuff like that. And that's kind of how it all came together. It wasn't like I wasn't even seeking anything out, but it just comes down to sometimes being like, yo, like let's try this out and let's see what goes on. So on a local level, I have not changed what I'm doing on a local level as far as negotiations or anything like that. It's mainly just for getting outreach, getting myself out of the city and getting, you know, figuring out new creative, creative plans to, you know, do new shit and go travel and take it as far as we can try to take it.
Yeah. Kind of so, thing. I mean, these first couple of songs, the Cold Outside did very well so far.
Yeah. So Cold Outside, so 20,000 streams on Cold Outside, which is amazing. And cause again, everything has been blind. Like this is a whole new journey for me. There's been a lot, like 23 has been an awesome, like it was a sick year for me, like on a career standpoint. And, but there was a lot of new things, like a lot of news, a lot of unknowns. We just blindly rolled out our campaign for the song release, and it worked out. I think part of it falling on Halloween weekend helped as well, because we had these like beastie Halloween events lined up the whole weekend, and I surrounded all the events around the song release and stuff like that. And we did merch and we did a campaign and we had an ad budget around it. But
it's kind of like you're like doing a release party on Halloween weekend for your own shit.
So we just branded the Halloween party event that we did as a release party, basically. So yeah, just like little wins like that, you know. So that's good. And, you know, hopefully we can put that in front of somebody and see where it can take us and go from there, really. But
how has that helped you at all, like booking wise already, just off of the artist side of things?
I think it helped me get credibility with these guys in Florida.
Okay.
Again, it's so new, you know, but it definitely helped me get credibility with the Florida guys, I should say, because they going into it, they've already kind of like scoped out my Spotify and my platform and my social media pages and stuff like that. So it's just really important to have like a really good feed, something that's like pleasant and for strangers, you know, when they pull it up, they should be able to know right away who you are and what you do and stuff like that. So I think like combining all those eggs and, you know, in a basket and making, you know, your brand like super visible to people in different markets is like a good way to like basically like open new doors and try to like partner and collaborate on projects and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, I mean, I've talked about it before, especially as like a DJ standpoint. In order to kind of break into the bigger stages of DJing, you need to be doing more than just DJing. So as far as making your own original music, I mean, that's a huge outlet to get you into festival stages, into bigger nightclubs where people are going to book you and they're going to be like, oh shit, he's got 100,000 streams on this song.
Right.
That correlates to all of these people coming out to see you perform a DJ set because they know you from this song.
Literally, exactly. And I'm like a marketing nerd too. Like I'm a huge marketing nerd. So it's like, it's like a whole new candy store for me of marketing because it's like you can take let's say you have a successful release and you can take that release, you can put ad money behind that release in different markets. You can go and look at the like statistics of your release and you can see where it's listened to the most. Like I for whatever reason I have like a bunch of streams in like New York for it. I don't know why, whatever. So I can literally go and, you know, put out an ad campaign, put like a couple $100 behind it just in New York and then boost up a bunch of New York streams, print out those stats and show it to a promoter at some club in New York and be like, yo, I don't know why, but all these people in New York are really messing with my music right now. Here's my dates. Are you available? Like things like that are stuff that I think about, you know? But yeah, it's like a whole new candy store marketing around music. So I was nervous about it. Like I've always been a little bit intimidated about it. But I just decided to just rip off the Band-Aid and at least give it a try. If it flops, it flops. You know, it is what it is. But
I mean, so far you're doing pretty good on these first two songs.
So far, so good. So we'll see.
Yeah. So what the role right now? You're executive producer for everything. We plan on hearing you sing on any of these or what?
No way. No. I used to be a rapper in my cringy days as a joke. I feel like at least 1 out of every 5 DJs used to be a rapper at some point. And unfortunately, I'm one of those 5. And I can't.
Hey, I just had Rucker on too.
Was he a rapper too?
Yeah, he used to. Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy because I can't figure out how to access that goddamn YouTube channel that has my music videos on them. I can't take them down from the internet. By this point, I have like at least 15 friends with it downloaded to their phones. Like it's gone. It's there forever.
And you're trying to get it off the internet.
I can't tell you how much I've been trying to get it off the Google algorithm. And like I've been mass reporting that video and just no matter what, it's still up. So it's crazy because like my Instagram got hacked last winter, which sucks. But how did my Instagram get hacked so easily, but I can't just take down my own video? Like that's crazy to me.
You can't remember any of these passwords.
Dude, I can't at all. It was like literally so long ago.
Yeah.
And it's so cringy.
I mean, I wouldn't speak too soon. You got guys like, I feel like Chainsmokers, like they probably weren't expecting to like sing on all these songs, and now you look at
I guess so, man. Nuts. Today I hung my hat up. Tomorrow, who knows? I guess, but
we'll see.
I like DJing more. I think choosing the DJ route has been more successful for me. I like it more anyway, so we'll see.
You're getting on the mic, but it's not to sing.
I get on the mic not to sing. I just screech stuff on the mic really at this point. So yeah,
that's awesome though. I'm happy that you're getting into this original music and
man,
starting to put some stuff out and, like I said, become a little bit bigger than a DJ. Obviously, for you played some of these other events, like you touched on Summerfest. What do you have as far as like goals of where you want to be seeing yourself in 2024, in these years to follow? Yeah,
man. That's like a good question. I do ask myself that too. I don't want to be too like narrow on my goals because I am still so young in my career and I got so much juice left in it. But I want to play like the big 4 cities. Like I want to do Miami, New York, LA, and Chicago. Like obviously Chicago with us, you as you know, we're so close to Chicago. It's we are able to access it easier, and we're able to play there easier. But I want to be able to like play the other three. You know, I just feel like it'd be dope to play in those cities, and they are cities that I visited. I visited both Miami and LA this year. I didn't go to New York this year, but I understand it's important to go out to these markets and rub shoulders as well. But yeah, that'd be dope to do that this year. I would like to have one more festival under my belt by the summertime. That's just like one narrow goal I have. Any festival, like even like something in Chicago, or something smaller, or even if it's like something like a street fest, just something that's a little bit unorthodox, but a festival setting. Even if it's like a pop-up festival, things like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be amazing. It'd be great exposure. It would be great content. It'd be good for the press kit and stuff like that. Yeah. And then the other wider goal would just be to just do things differently and take more risks. Okay. Take off more. Take off a Friday night and instead just relax and sleep and play video games, or work on something, take a content day, or, hang out with family and friends or whatever. Like, cause like, sometimes like I get so caught up in like the daily hustle with it that, I can burn myself out mentally and physically, and stuff like that. It's hard when you're surrounded with drinking, obviously, and all that. Yeah. Doing it for like, I've been doing it for a little while now, so I've been getting a little bit better at it. But yeah, taking more risks, just in general, is like a wider goal for me.
Yeah. Do you have, as far as like doing these festivals, is there like a specific genre that you like to kind of hone yourself in on as far as a DJ for these festivals, or are you just looking to do like anything?
Look, honestly, like at this point, like if I got hit up for like some hip hop festival, like sure, I do it. Of course, I'm not going to turn down a festival right now. But like if I had a choice, it would be like an EDM festival. It'd be like a future house, big room kind of stuff. That's kind of the direction I'm going with my own music. So I kind of want it to fall in that same avenue. Yeah. But again, like I'm just the point I'm at right now. If I got hit up for a Latin festival or a hip hop festival or whatever, a tough pop festival, whatever it is, I would not turn it down. You know what I mean? Just because like for the sheer networking and like the potential that could come with it. So
yeah, because I know as a DJ, obviously you're very much an open format DJ. I've heard you play everything. Yeah. But then I didn't know, like you were just kind of touching on where shifting to this artist side of things, if you kind of have to rebrand yourself and take different gigs as a DJ that kind of fit your artist's role. Yep. So I don't know if that was something that you thought about already.
Absolutely, man. Like it sucks. Like it's crazy because I love open format. Like if I were to pick a favorite genre to play, it would be open format. Like I love playing college party bars. I can play like Hannah Montana all night. It's cool. Like I am really good at it for whatever reason. It's just, I enjoy it. I have fun. I can go in and out real quick. But I think there's also it's important and there's value in knowing boundaries, knowing your room, and knowing your ceilings too. Like there's ceilings in different avenues, and there's higher ceilings in different places, and it's important to chase it and be consistent. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand in that department.
I definitely think as like an EDM DJ specifically, whether you're doing like house, tech house, big room, anything like that, you have more of a higher ceiling than just being 100%. An open format DJ. Like it's very hard to be an open format DJ and get booked at a lot of these festivals. If you're not having a song to back you or something that went viral on social media where it's like that built up your name. It's a lot harder to be booked for some of these bigger venues, bigger festivals, things like that.
Completely agree. Yeah. And that's exactly what I saw, this year. And I just don't want to hit a ceiling, so you got to continue to pivot and move and nonstop, literally every day. So yeah, exactly what I saw. I can't, the odds of me getting booked in Vegas at some big nightclub or some big festival or whatever are much bigger if I have my own music with some streams and data behind it, or whatever. So other than just having like a beastie lineup of clubs and bars, that's cool too. I think that's sick and important for DJs to have, but your likelihood of being booked at like on a national level stage goes down. It doesn't go down, but it's like it's limited, right? Like, Yeah. So
Yeah, you can have all the venues that you want on your press kit or on your resume.
Yeah.
But once you're adding stuff like he's got this song that did really well. He's got another song. He's got this remix that he made for this artist.
Yep.
That's where venues are like, all right, cool. The value just went up a lot more.
Exactly.
Just from those few things. So as far as the side of, obviously you have to brand yourself as your DJ now.
Yep.
Now looking at branding yourself as an artist, you also have another business outside of here.
I do. Yes.
Yeah. So then how do you kind of venture between the avenues of like, all right, cool. This is completely separate from what I'm looking to do as an artist and as a DJ?
Yeah. So that's a really good question. It's really interesting because my event business, started completely randomly. It was, again, just like my DJ stuff. It was one of those things where I was sitting on the couch and I'm like, yo, maybe I should buy some speakers and start doing private events and charging more and whatever. It wasn't until I matured a little bit and grew up that I realized like it's a fantastic like side hustle. And I keep it on the side. Through the event business alone, I'm doing about 100 events a year, which is a lot of events. Like it's exhausting, and it's a lot of work. And what I do is what I try to do is completely separate it from my nightlife brand, right? Because doing that to me is important because I, again, am looking at it from a macro standpoint. I'm looking at it from like, if I was a booker in a different city and I see this guy's got like pictures at like a festival, but then like next to that, he posts like a wedding.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, no, you can't do that. Like, that's just not how it is. Like you don't go to McDonald's and order a taco. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. So I keep them very separate. And it's all about, it's all about the branding. I don't know. I've gone to like these like business seminars and stuff like that where these rich dudes would speak and tell you that you don't want to separate your brands, but I feel like the DJ world is its own beast. Like you're in it's show business. You know what I mean? Like the DJ world is its own beast. Yes, it's a business and I love the business behind it, but it's a beast of a business, and show business is very unique. You know what I mean? And it's all about perception, and it's all about forefront image and branding. And so I separate them. I have a couple of DJs who I'll book out to do the weddings. I still do weddings like here and there. If they pay the premium, I charge more for them, right? So if they really want me, like, sure, I'll do a wedding. For now, like if I get to a point where I'm touring or doing some kind of big shit, or
you're not doing that shit
then
anymore.
I'm not doing weddings. Yeah, then I'm dropping that. But which is the goal? I mean, like the goal is to like be so busy with traveling and playing cool stuff that I don't even have time or energy to deal with the weddings, right? But yeah, that's what I do. We do, weddings, but we also do like a lot of equipment rental gigs where I'll either do like a white glove setup where I'll set up equipment for DJs and leave and come back later. I do graphic design for venues. I am definitely like a DJ entrepreneur. So I tackle like all the little bubbles in the DJ world. So
it's smart. I mean, having your hands in a lot of different avenues and different pockets is definitely a good thing, because then obviously you have revenue coming in from a bunch of different streams. I 100% agree with kind of how the optics of running an event versus being the DJ too, because obviously, I mean, you're not going to put on your story a recap of you playing at a nightclub, and then it's like
then playing a bar mitzvah the next morning.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
no, I'm good.
Yeah, like the people that are following you as a DJ don't give a shit about.
It's not even don't give a shit. They'll be like, what's going on? Like you lose credibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's so trippy because like you lose credibility almost, or your credibility doesn't go up. At least I don't think so. Right. As the nightclub guy, but like on the other hand of it, these clients who'll book you for weddings and private events, they see your DJ stuff. So they book you because of your DJ stuff.
But then vice versa, it's not the same thing.
And vice versa, it's like completely different. So it's kind of trippy. But whatever. And my whole mentality with it is I put my best foot forward with the event business, and I put a lot of energy into it because I really value it and I want to make sure I kill it every single time, because it pays the bills, really.
I feel like it's opened up a lot of doors for you too, of meeting different clients and
absolutely
networking. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not really sure how because you're DJing for the Brewers now too.
Yeah. So like that's a great example. So like, just first of all, just having those assets and like having equipment and having all that stuff is helpful as it is, because the Brewers discovered me just through Summerfest. Mm-hmm. So that they were at. I did a couple of the AmFam.
Amphitheater, yeah.
They had like what are those called? Like AmFam little pop-up.
Yeah.
There's like an AmFam pop-up stage. So I did a couple gigs with AmFam, and obviously that's like the Brewers people, right? So like there was Brewers reps there. Then they went to go see me at my show. Then they hit me up after that, which was sick. The couple Brewers gigs that I did for last season, I had to bring my gear. I took care of them. It was no problem. And I low-key whacked them too. Like you could charge them whatever you want to charge. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for a corporate gig like that too, and especially when you know that they have money, it's like, cool, I'm charging even more than I usually would, just because I know that you have money.
The thing about it is that I have way more nightlife gigs than I have private gigs. Like I have a lot more. Like club DJing, as we all know, is all volume, right? At least in my market. I mean, I know in a lot of markets is that way. It's all volume. Like some DJs will stack gigs every day or whatever. So, but it's nice to be able to have like, a couple gigs, like 2 to 4 gigs in a week at the bar or club, but then also have like a quick private event or two that week too. And it just the money that comes in, that it's just extra money that you can put right back into the brand, or sometimes the DJ will turn down a gig if it's like $100 shy of what they're looking for, or like turn down opportunities like that just because of the money. And for me, I don't do that as much because I'm not too worried about it, because I just did like a private event earlier the day and just made like $2,000 doing that. Like I don't really care what I make at this event tonight.
Yeah, let's be a little bit more open to the DJ gigs that you select. Coming off of that though, I mean, has that kind of changed with this artist mindset now? Where are you being a little bit more selective with these DJ gigs to make sure that the venue that you're playing at or the theme of like the night is fitting toward your brand?
That's a really good question. Yeah, that's a big thing for me lately, man. Like, I've been a lot more selective. It's just so delicate. You need to be very delicate with it. But I have been a lot more selective with my gigs and my bookings lately. So if it means taking off a Friday night because I don't really want to play at that venue because it won't necessarily align with my brand, then I'll do that. So, and that comes back to taking risks and stuff like that. And obviously you're taking a hit, but that's one of the big things that I've been kind of doing for the past like few months, and is being a little bit more selective with bookings and making sure my bookings are aligning with my brand and kind of like the values and the way I'm trying to portray it. Yeah.
So how do you go about booking for when you're playing out of city, out of the country, even like doing these stuff in Mexico?
Yeah.
Are you typically like reaching out to these venues and just presenting them with like a resume of sorts, of just sending over your press kit, or how do you typically go about getting these gigs out of city?
Yeah, man. So I have a press kit, and then I have a highlight video that I update every quarter. Okay. So every season. So I'll do like a spring highlight reel, a summer highlight reel, whatever, demo reel, whatever I call it. And it's literally like a 20-second video, like story style, that I can just keep on a Dropbox folder. I whip it up, or I'll have like my video guy whip it up. And those are my two things. It's a 1-sheeter press kit. I used to have like a fucking press kit magazine, bro. So I cut that out because it was just too much. Nobody was reading it. Nobody really cares about any of that stuff. I had like a rider on there with like, I was requesting like water and towels. I'm like, okay, why is this even on here? So I took it all off. I cut it and I just dimmed it down to like a 1-page, like a 1-sheeter press sheet. Yep. With just national level accolades, and that's it. Like, so I don't, it wasn't anything local. So I don't keep anything local on my press sheet. And dudes that are like ask me to make them press kits, or if they ask for press kit advice or whatever, I always tell them that too. I'm like, keep it national. Like highlight brands and stuff that everybody can recognize. And you know what I mean? And if you don't, then like highlight like 2 of your dopest gigs ever. You know what I mean? Because you know, there's a point where you might not have enough like stuff to make a press kit or you know fill up a press sheet or whatever. But that's what I say. So yeah, that's what I do. I do like I put numbers on it. You know, I put you know this. I'll put the Summerfest like for the festival stuff with numbers. I'll put ticket sales.
Yeah,
I have the ticket sale numbers on my press kit. Stream numbers, press. So I put like any kind of press I do, any podcast, any radio kind of interviews or appearances, any kind of write-ups that I get on the or whatever, that's all on there. And then celebrity support is a big one too. So like I feel like just even if you're like on like a bill with a celebrity and you're like the first DJ to play, you should still put that on your press kit. I think it's important to like have a list of some celebrity support just to gain credibility. And then if you have enough celebrity support, I have mine like listed from like relevant to me now to like not like I had a bunch of rappers on there, but now I have like my EDM guys first because I'm trying to like pivot into the EDM world.
Gotcha.
So that's what I do, and then I send in the highlight reel video.
Yeah,
and that's it. And then I just leave it up to them, you know.
Yeah.
And then I have like a live mix that I'll send if they want me to send a mix in. So I have like a live mix on a Mixcloud. You know what I mean? But
just that way they can hear you as a DJ too.
Yeah, like sometimes they'll ask me for a mix or whatever. But that's kind of the way I go about it.
Gotcha.
For that kind of stuff. So
yeah, you were talking a little bit about Summerfest before.
Yeah.
You had a fun story that you said you wanted to tell me about.
I have a really cool...
Speaking of being with artists and then connecting with other artists.
So, okay, all right. Festival out here called Summerfest, all right? It's a big music festival, okay? There's like 1 million people who attend it every year. And the biggest stage there is called the AmFam Amphitheater, right? And this past year was like a blessing. Me and a couple other like DJ buddies locally had an opportunity to actually headline a stage at the festival, which was sick. Like Brandis did a headlining show, Moses did a headlining show. A couple different promo groups did some headlining shows, and I got a headlining show, and it was super sick. It was amazing. It was by far the coolest show experience of my career. Right. It was a high. I was still riding that high, and then I was just chilling, and I'm at Summerfest. Again, chilling. I had like that amphitheater. I had a little pop-up set at the festival. It was like a smaller thing, whatever. And I'm backstage because I had a buddy, White Knight, was opening for Sean Paul, and I was just kicking it with him, just backstage while he was prepping, chilling. I had my backpack on me still because I had that little pop-up set at noon, DJing for like 3 people. And
just had to throw that in there.
Yeah, I mean that because the story just is so cool because I'm like, it just like shows you that you got to be in the right place at the right time sometimes. I had my bag on me, chilling with White Knight. I was helping him with content. I was just chilling, whatever. And whatever, I get a tap on the shoulder from my buddy who works at, actually Cam, who I mentioned earlier. He also works at the festival, whatever. He taps my shoulder. And he's like, hey, you got to come with me right now. Grab your backpack. And I'm like, well, what's going on? So we pull up. I get into this like little cart, and I'm like getting carted up. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? So then we go all the way. They cart me into the amphitheater. I'm backstage at the AmFam Amphitheater, which is like the big stage. Like that's the one people pay tickets to. Like that one's, I think it's like there was like 16,000 people there. It was insane. It's like an arena, you know what I mean? Like it was crazy. So I actually ended up opening for like City Girls, Trippie Redd, A Boogie, and I knew about it about 15 minutes before the gig. I was like covered in sweat, still wearing what I was wearing like 5 hours ago. Like I looked pretty musty too. And dude, like it was completely on the fly. The stage manager terrified me. Like this dude was so intense. The DJ pulled out. The opening DJ just pulled out last minute for whatever reason. And so my buddy who's working at Summerfest gets a call from the stage manager, and he's like, yo, we need a DJ in like 10 minutes. Like, what can you do for us? So I'm standing right in front of him with my bag. And next thing you know, I'm on stage in front of 16,000 people, like playing like opening for like City Girls and shit. So that was insane. I mean, it was just crazy. I didn't wake up that morning with thinking I was going to do that. And I just thought it was a cool story because it's like, you really have no clue what could pop up. You know, I think I even took a gig off that night. I called off just to be at Summerfest, just to try to network. And like, I ended up playing at the amphitheater. So anyway, I just thought that was nuts. So I thought that was a really cool story. Again, another like BG 5 years ago would have been tearing up at that one too, for real. So
no, stuff like that is awesome. And it just shows like, as a DJ, just kind of being ready for everything, being flexible, but then also being prepared, because obviously every set is going to be different. So something like that, as soon as you're like, okay, cool, this is on the bill, this is on the bill, this is on the bill. I'm sure even in that 10 minutes that you had, you were already starting to brainstorm.
Oh shit. Yeah, I had a feeling. Yeah. I had a feeling where we were going, but I was like, damn. So yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, and then you got to start curating your set and then play to this crowd. So
I didn't curate. I completely winged the whole set, and it was good. It was a good set. And Trippie Redd ended up being like an hour late. So I literally played for like a whole. I think I played for like an hour and a half.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty sick. I mean, the crowd was getting pissed at me because like they're like, where the hell is Trippie Redd? But I didn't care.
They're like, who the fuck is this guy?
They're like, who is this guy right now? But I didn't care. It's cool. Yeah. My buddies who were in the crowd were sending me videos, and so it was just so sick, man.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, man. Like it's one of those like win days, you know, like it's one of those days. It's like, okay, this is definitely like a cool thing. This is like a perk of being a DJ and being in the right place at the right time. So,
and you never know what those opportunities are going to turn into. Obviously,
absolutely.
You think of somebody like a Cut Up where it's like, cool, he DJ'd,
literally, yeah, and boom, bam, you're on tour.
Yep.
So
so that's something where, I mean, one of those artists hears you and they're like, oh fuck, he's dope. Let's bring him on with us.
Literally, man, it was cool. I met, I got to meet like the A Boogie's team and shit like that. So it was just really cool. It was a really cool experience.
So you're going from playing Summerfest, now you're going to Mexico, coming into 2024. Do you want to start doing more like show-based things where you're going to be able to do ticketed events as opposed to just like general admission, people coming into a bar, then just buying drinks, getting your flat rate just off of like your DJ rate? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's another thing too. With the whole pivoting and kind of taking time off from the bar stuff, a little bit more time off, I just say from the bar stuff is, absolutely. We want to be able to do like weekly our events. Like we want to create our own things at new venues that we can start, you know, either renting the room out and selling our own tickets. It's just, that's 100% the route that we're exploring for 2024 for sure. I don't think enough people do it. Because like even when I was in Nashville with you, Nesh or whatever, the After Dark people, that was the sickest thing ever. Like I got his contact. I had a nice conversation with him on the phone, just picking his brain because I think it's so cool what you can pull off doing entering that kind of side of the industry. Because it's like really rewarding. It's a little bit riskier, but aside from making way more money, it's also just you can get just like your exposure can just explode from something like that. So that's what we're trying to do and align it all with the DJ brand. It's a big part of like the plan for 2024. So we're looking at maybe doing like a weekly party. We're looking into launching like a weekly kind of disco brunch mimosa party. Okay. Where again it's ticketed or we get a percentage deal versus like a flat rate residency check. And I encourage a lot more people to start doing this kind of stuff like all the time. Like I got a lot of young guys who like I'll bring in and whatever, like if they want to play, I'll let them play for a little bit. And I encourage a lot more people to start to do it because there's just the ceiling goes way up and it's way more and it's really fun too to kind of put in work at your own event versus putting work for somebody else's event. Yeah, you know, or to just feel like you're coming there like just to DJ, right? As opposed to like backing it completely with your name and your promo and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly, like. I don't know. For me, I get excited to play the venues I play at. I love playing at my flat rate spots. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But it's more about it's when you throw your own events, you love playing them, but you love the whole event, top to bottom. You know, it's your baby. So it's like your creation. It's really rewarding to see that people are having great times, trusting you, spending money with you. On Halloween, we sold over like 500 tickets throughout that whole weekend, which was amazing. Like, and I took a risk. You know, I turned down several gigs for Halloween and decided to just throw my own stuff, and we sold over 500 tickets to it, and it was just super dope.
Yeah.
So it's cool to like create new noise in your market, and maybe even take it to new markets. Shit, we might even try to do one in Chicago or spread out around the Midwest, or maybe link up with some buddies who I've met just through my travels in different markets, and maybe try to rent venues out there and do it. Use our same ad strategy or whatever, and do that.
Do you have your eye on any venues for some of these upcoming events?
We are probably about to close on the Outsider rooftop.
Nice.
For the disco brunch kind of vibe.
Okay.
On a local level, we have a couple venues in mind for a Chicago college party.
Yeah.
We have this like thing that we do during Welcome Week, called, a Project X party.
Yeah.
So the Project X parties are lit. They're just a fun Welcome Week college party. They're super musty and fun. Yeah, like I would love to do like a college tour in September during Welcome Week, across the Midwest or anywhere. I think Chicago is the easiest, which is a blessing. Like guys from mid-market cities like me, like sometimes don't take it for granted that we're so close to like one of the biggest cities ever in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
But also, it's really like having traveled so much in the past year or two, I'm also realizing that it's so easy to network and stuff like that in different markets. Like, because DJs are low-key like so friendly and approachable, and it's because it's such a niche community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you got a couple like guys who might not be as friendly as others or whatever, but overall, like my experience in different markets has been like super welcoming, and so it's even possible to take doing events in different markets, like just through people you meet in like that, through like just your travel and stuff like that. So
do you think of moving to another city? Is that something that you kind of think about on your agenda in these next couple of years, or outgrowing Milwaukee?
I love Milwaukee to death. Like I love it too much. That's the thing. So like I wouldn't look at it as outgrowing Milwaukee, because I do love Milwaukee. It's where I built like a foundation, and I think it's a great city to be a DJ. Honestly, it really is. If you can really grab it and make a nice career and name for yourself in the city, with our nightlife scene, but also obviously we got the Bucks, and there's so much opportunity with this professional sports out here, and all the drinking habits that everyone out here has. Yeah. So I definitely have a ton of love for Milwaukee, but I do have moves on my radar, even if it's for a couple years or even a year or something like that, just to try it out. And the obvious one for me would be Chicago, because it's so close, and I've already have kind of a little network out there. So I feel like it'd be definitely feasible for me to at least try it out. But I don't know. I'm not afraid of trying something completely out of left field, like Arizona or something, or LA, or even like Fort Lauderdale or something like that. It's tough for me on the personal side, because I'm just like I'm a family boy. I see my family so much, so there's personal reasons that will keep me home. You know what I mean? But the most feasible would be Chicago for me. Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, that's something I just kind of think about, where obviously me being in Nashville now and just seeing how different it is in different cities, from visiting the different cities and playing in different cities, like a Chicago, and just going and traveling around to other cities, going to Scottsdale, Nashville, everywhere else. I do think that a lot of times there may be more opportunities in some of these other places. And like you said, I mean, look at some of the guests you had on your podcast just from living in Nashville. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, and it's opened up a lot to me, and then obviously just being able to network with thousands of different people every single weekend that are coming there, because it's literally just different people.
I will say, when Steve and I went to go visit out there, bro, I absolutely loved it. Like I loved it too much. It was amazing. It's a good time. It was so impressive to me. It's interesting because, like I said, I called Nesh, right? And I was picking his brain for a little bit about his event company and promo company. And he was telling me how he feels like Nashville's behind. I'm like, you think Nashville's behind? Bro. But it is interesting how people who have been in the market for a long time have different views, obviously. But I was really impressed with it. I thought it was so cool. It's such a great city to be an open format DJ, for real.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it blew my mind. It was so clean, and all the venues were so nice, and there was so much Like, there was. I was gonna say diversity. I wouldn't say it's that diverse, but not. I didn't mean diversity. It was just packed. There was so much volume, man.
Yeah.
And by diversity, I meant there was so much. There was so many new faces. That's what I meant. Like, there's hella new faces coming in. Like, every day is a new group of people. You know what I mean? So, that was amazing to me. Yeah, I thought it was so cool. So. Good for you. I'm happy you're thriving out there. That's so sick. With what you're doing at Barstool and the podcast and all that stuff. It's sick. Yeah, it's definitely inspirational for a young gun like me, man. Because we're looking at potential moves, and it's a risk. I mean, I don't know. I don't have DJing is like all I know, honestly. Like, I haven't worked a day job in years. So it's like I'd probably have to like get a day job or figure out, or maybe just not and just live on savings and go network every night. I don't know, but that's the stuff I think about when like thinking about moving.
Yeah.
It's like it's a risk.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's still so much more that I want to do, obviously, with going back to school. Like, I want to be able to get into more production-based things and making my own music, making originals, making remixes for people, and then on top of that, obviously, DJing. Just because I know, like we've talked about, you have to do that as a DJ. Like, you're going to hit a plateau just as an open format DJ, like, unless you are doing more. So that's definitely something that I am aiming to do in these next couple of years, and just get better and better and grow as an individual, as an artist, through going to school. So, but I want to hit you with a couple of these rapid fire questions here.
Let's do it.
Just some stuff that I had lined up for you. Something that I like to ask a lot of the guys on the show here. As far as artists right now, who is your favorite artist to listen to?
Oh man, Mike Williams.
Really?
Yeah, I like him. And then I also like Luke Combs.
Okay. Kind of get all over the board there. There we go. Who's your favorite artist to play while you DJ?
I don't know. It's funny because I don't even listen to music that much. That's
a common theme.
Yeah, I don't listen.
Brandis was just on here when I recorded with him, and he literally was like, dude, when I get done, he's like, I don't listen to music.
People ask me all the time, like, who I listen to, and like, I don't listen to freaking music that much. But anyway, who do I like to play? I like to play Noah Kahan.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's got a song with Post Malone, Dial Drunk. I fucking love that song.
I love Noah Kahan. I'm so happy that came to my mind. So that's like two country folk guys in a row, but you know what? We're owning it. We're owning it. Noah Kahan is the shit. I love him. I put so many friends on to Noah Kahan. I love it. It's kind of like an inside joke with my friends. I don't know. I like any kind of Latin music. I really like pop music and stuff like that. I like EDM. I'm really into like Rufus Du Sol and stuff like that. So I'm all over the place, man. Yeah. Noah Kahan is my final answer.
If you were to collaborate with an artist, whether that's now that you're producing stuff and getting this executive producer role, if you were to collaborate with another artist, either to have them like sing on a track or to work with as another producer with you, who would you pick?
Modest Yahoo.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude, Jewish brother, and he's
I'm like, that's a throwback,
dude. He's a king. Yeah. He's on top of it, man. And shout out to Levi, his son. I got to meet his son, which was super cool at Summerfest because he was performing.
Okay.
And I connected with him. I'm like, dude, huge fan of your pops. You know what I mean? But he's also an artist, though. His son is an artist. He's a good kid. We're buddies. We're connected. They live out in New York and stuff like that. I think he's out in Israel right now.
Damn.
But I would like love to do like an EDM remix of like a song with Modest Yahoo. That'd be sweet. Yeah.
Wow, that is not the answer that I would have been expecting there. That's awesome.
Dude, it'd be cool.
Yeah. If you were able to play any festival, so I know you talked about just kind of wanting to get into any festival. If you were able to play any festival, which one would you pick?
Probably like, and excuse me, I'm not a festival guy, like nerd at all. Probably Lollapalooza.
Okay.
Like a main stage Beastie Lollapalooza set would really be nostalgic and amazing for me, because it's one of the few festivals that I've been to, and it's so iconic to me because we grew up right by it, and I hear about it every year, and I get jealous of their lineup every year.
Yeah.
So that would be awesome.
You kind of wait for that lineup to drop just so you can see it, and it's
just
like,
to see how much better it is than it that we got here now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's awesome, man. Well, yeah. Anything else you got for me? Anything else you need to shout out, promo?
Just stay in the loop with, the new music releases and all the fun new events. Buy some merch, buy some tickets, and we love you.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time, stopping by. Good to connect. I know it's been a while.
It's good to connect, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anybody watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave some comments for BG if you got any. Let us know any upcoming guests that you'd like to see on the show. If you're listening to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, give us that 5-star review. Make sure you're following. Make sure you go follow BG Good on Instagram. I'll throw all his links in the description. Follow myself at DJ Dex MKE. And if you need those DJ mixes, Platform Mix puts out new DJ mixes every Monday. So make sure you go listen to those on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Mixcloud. Until next Wednesday, we are out of here. Peace. Check. Mic check. 1, 2.
Yo, is this thing on or what?